Welcome back, guys. It's about 5:45. If you're new to these videos, thank you so much for joining me. I'm Taylor and I work on a dairy farm in Maine, and I make videos all about farm life, fixing machinery, cropping, all those sorts of things. So if you enjoy watching those kind of videos, please don't forget to subscribe. Before we get started, real quick this morning, I did want to make a quick mention because I know some of you guys don't watch the whole entire video because some of them are really long, and I understand that, and I think the only time I've mentioned it was at the end of a video. So I've been having problems lately with a scammer pretending to be me. They have the same picture that I have. They have a little bit of a different name. Mine's gonna have my picture and then it's gonna say Tay Farms, and that's it. At Tay Farms, that's it. If it says anything other than that, that is a scammer. Do not reply to them. They reply to you guys in the comments sometimes and to ask you to have a private discussion on Telegram. I honestly don't even know what Telegram is. I don't have it. I would never ask you guys to have a private discussion. The only time I'm going to reply to you guys is when I'm replying to a comment that you've made. And I mean, they are replying to a comment that you guys have made, but I would never ask you to talk privately in a reply. And I would also, most of the time, reply to my email, which is listed in the description of my channel and everything. So sometimes my email gets sent to spam and I don't check it very often, so if I don't reply to you, that's why. It's not because I'm ignoring anybody, it's just because I'm really bad about checking things like that. But yeah, I'm never going to ask you guys to talk privately or anything. I don't know what Telegram is. I don't really do Facebook that much. I post on it sometimes. I don't do the other ones. I don't even know, TikTok, whatever. Yeah, I did just want to mention that really quick because I've been having big troubles with that lately. I've reported it to YouTube and it seems to still keep happening. I don't know if it's the same person that just keeps figuring out different ways to do it or if it's multiple scammers doing it. Just don't reply to it, ignore it, report them if you want. Just know that they're out there doing stuff like that. So this morning is one of the rare mornings that I did not have to feed the cows a bale. What they have in front of them right now is from last night. We fed them a second crop bale and they didn't finish it. That doesn't mean that I got out of work because I still had to sweep it into everybody and then even it out between, some cows had a lot and some cows didn't have much, so I evened it out, swept it in. And of course, naturally, they've already pushed it away from themselves and up against the wall again because they're ungrateful. But we're just about ready to get milking. Brent went in for a cup of coffee. This girlfriend right here, one of our heifers, got her chain undone. So she must have slipped it off over her head. So I'm gonna have to put that back on her. And we'll see how that goes because lots of times they back out when you're trying to do that. But she should be okay because she's fairly friendly, so. Let's see how this goes. Since she didn't break it, the pinch link is still on it, so. I gotta get that off first. It's hard to get your fingers in there. There we go. Guess we'll make it a little bit tighter this time. The chain's a little big because it's made for a Holstein. We had a collar on her and she kept getting the collar off because most of our jerseys wear collars. So she's gonna leave now just because, I don't know. Get in there. Well, that was fun. Naturally, she escaped even though she's been there for about an hour waiting. And went all around places she shouldn't be. She went by the skid steer that way, also by the skid steer that way, which meant she had to walk in the gutter, which a cow would never do unless they're being a jerk. And I finally cut her off and got her into this stall and got a chain on her. So she's hooked now. Somehow I lost her number during the process, so I'm gonna have to look for that, but you're a bad girl. Can't believe she made you run this early in the morning. There it is. So now we're gonna have to put that back on her, but not right now. Not after that. Okay, let's have coffee and get into the rest of our day. All right, guys, so it's actually the next day. We're just getting ready to let the girls out after morning milking. Brent's putting out 2 wrap bales for them. They had one dry in here and they're gonna have 2 wrapped outside. one in the freestall and one outside on the pad, because we did finally open up the pad for them. There and show you all the snow is gone. It was beautiful yesterday, and it looks like if it clears off today, it's going to be beautiful today as well. So he's putting one in that feeder. The only snow left is there's a big bank over there that apparently it all blew in one area, and that hasn't melted yet, but everything else is good. He's gonna go back out and get the other one and put that inside the freestall. Which, what?
I'll get the other one.
All right. Two calves. I'm gonna stay up here and just man this gate while he goes and gets that other bale. I already got it all ready, took the wrap off it and everything. So all he has to do is scoop it up. And this is why I'm shutting the gate. Yeah. I'd rather not. So anyway, we had 2 new calves born yesterday. One is right here. Mom is doing a absolutely terrible job taking care of him. She's the worst mother we've had in a long time. She literally hasn't tried to lap him off or do anything, so I had him covered in hay. But no matter what hay I cover him in, she just takes it off of him and eats it. It was like in front of her over here, like right here, and she wouldn't eat it. I moved it on top of him to keep him warm, and she pulled it all off and ate it. So she's just not a good mom. I don't know. She's just one of the bad ones. So I dried him off mostly because she didn't want to do anything. So I took a bunch of hay and just like towel dried him off, fed him her milk, and he's doing pretty good. He was pretty wet because, like I said, she didn't do anything. She hasn't even really acknowledged him other than to hit him. Be nice. Do you not know that that is your baby? You just not care. But yeah, he's obviously a Hereford cross. The other one is a Hereford as well, and also a bull. So now we have 2 heifers, 2 bulls, and Poppy. Neil, go away. I was wrong. He's gonna put both of those bales outside. I guess there's still some left in the feeder inside, so both of the rat bales are going outside and they have a dry bale inside. Or most of a dry bale. So now all we gotta do is let them out. I'll take you down and show you the other calf, and then we got quite a few things we got to do today. We actually ran out of cornmeal and we just mistimed everything. The hardest part about putting the cornmeal up in the upstairs bin is that you can't literally see how much you have left. So you just have to go by how many days you've been using it, and we have more fresh cows now, so we were kind of off in our calculations. So we're gonna be 1 day off, so we're gonna have to go somewhere and pick some up. So we finally got all the cows out. They were not excited about it, which I was surprised. I would think they would want to go outside, but here is the other calf that was born yesterday. So you can see, obviously, his mother did a very good job cleaning him up. He's a very handsome little guy. His mother is a Jersey Guernsey cross, and he's obviously a Hereford. So he and 2 others, the 2 other white faces, are going to be going Monday. They're going to be going to an auction in Massachusetts. So they're all set to go. They've all had mother's milk. He's going to be the youngest one, but he's off to a great start, so he'll be okay. Now for what we're going to be doing today. So we're going to go get the grain. I don't know if we're going to get that first because it is the weekend and they close at 1 o'clock, so we probably will get that first. But we'll have to deliver a calf on the way. And it's actually, the grain place is past where we're supposed to take the calf. So I guess we're just going to have to hustle and deliver the calf first and then go get the grain, because obviously we're going to have to put the grain in the back of the truck, so the calf is going to have to be gone. But we have a special cage for him. So it's actually going to be the calf that I just showed you, the one his mother did not clean him off, the youngest one. So what happened was last night Brent got a call from a farmer about a half an hour away from here who had a Holstein who had calved a couple days ago, and her calf died. So he wants a calf that can suck on her. So we're going to be taking him the youngest one. We told him if it's not standing within the hour, we're not going to bring it down, because we're not going to give him a calf that's not even standing. That just, it's not good business. So if he does get up by then, we'll be taking him over. We're gonna make sure the cage is filled with hay and it's wrapped. It's nice and warm today, so he'll be fine there. So after we get all that done, or if we get that done, we have to go get grain no matter what, because like I said, it's the weekend and tomorrow we're gonna be out. We had enough to feed them today, but we're not gonna have any for tomorrow. We will have some Monday, because they usually do deliveries on Monday. So we shouldn't have any time that the cows don't have anything. We don't like to let them go even a day without having that, because they can drop pretty fast on milk production, obviously if they don't have that extra energy. But anyway, this is what we're gonna be tackling today. I know it probably looks like less of a mess on the camera than it truly is. So this is the cafeteria. You guys have heard me mention it many times. This has changed so many times over the years. This is, I don't think it's an original building. Maybe it is. I don't know if this is original to the barn or not, but it's its own little building, really. And they used to have calves tied up. You can see there's a little bit of a curb right there. There's more of a curb when there's no manure in there, obviously, but they used to tie calves up on this high curb part, and then they would clean out right here. And then I guess sometimes that they had calves in little round cages over here, like younger ones, and then they had older ones tied up over here. And then there was another area back at the end of the barn that had a bunch of heifers that were kind of in like a free housing area that had a couple stalls and an automatic milk feeder in there somewhere that they could eat off of. But this was basically just the area for the much younger calves, newborns to a couple weeks old, and then they would move down there. And they would be there until they were big enough to take over to the heifer barn, which is just down the road, you guys have seen, and go underneath the barn and stay there until they were big enough to breed, which is when they would come back here and go out in the free stall with the bull. Or, well, technically back then they used to breed AI. They bred all their first calf heifers to a Hereford bull, so they'd have smaller calves, and then everything else was AI Holstein. Some of you guys say, like, why don't you guys do AI? It's honestly just because Brent never had any luck with it. We did a couple when I first started working here, and the calves ended up so bad. Like, we had one that was so malformed that it just died like immediately after being born. We had a couple that were so big that they completely ruined cows. We just never had any luck with it. It was costing us more money than it was making sense. So we stopped that and just got a bull, and we have had absolutely no problems ever since. Going back to a bull has been one of the best things that we've done here, and it seems unorthodox. It used to be the way everybody did it, and now it just seems unorthodox because everybody does artificial insemination, and that's just the thing now, which is fine. Do whatever works for you, but what works for us is breeding with a bull. So that's why I never really mention AI, is it's just something that we got away from because it didn't work for our particular situation. So anyway, I don't really remember why I started with this discussion. I can do this so easily. I just go right off on a tangent and completely forget why I was even talking about that. Why was I talking about that? I guess because I was talking about when we used to take the heifers over and bring them back here to breed them. But anyway, that's not what this area has been used for in a long, long time. We just put calves in here. We have a gang feeder, and they stay in here until they're probably 4 or 5 months old, and then they go over into the other barn, and then they come back over here when they're breeding size. So there is like a slight difference in age groups being over there, but we have so few that it's not a problem. They're not overcrowded down there. Their age differences really don't cause a problem because they have a lot of area to eat, and they have a lot of area to run around and get away from the bigger ones. Not really a problem, and once they get big enough to bring them over here, it's fine anyway, because the big ones will be over here and the small ones will be over there. Obviously, if we ever decided to raise more dairy cows, we would have to have a separate pen, which we're trying to do. I know I've said this before, but we are trying to retrofit the back of the barn in a way that would allow us to keep only calves in here, and then our older cows not quite big enough to take over to that barn down there. Hopefully that will happen this year, but if things get too busy, it might be something that we can't get to. I hope it's not. So we're gonna be using this for the same thing. We're gonna have just Poppy in here for now. If we have another calf, Poppy, by the way, if you're new here, is the belted. She's a Dutch belted Guernsey cross. She is over there, and she's too big for her cage, so she is going to be moving into here after we get it cleaned out today. So that's what we're gonna be doing. There's a lot of hay here from the last bull that we had in here. He was 6 months old when he left, so he was too big for being in here, and he made a terrible mess. He pulled all his hay in, so that's what this is right here, is just like a foot of hay. And it froze, so we couldn't clean it out, so now it's thawed out enough to clean it. So the skid steer, believe it or not, actually does fit through this doorway, just barely. Brent has to be super careful when he goes in there, but what he's gonna do is he's just gonna put his bucket down, he's gonna scrape and push it up against the wall, and then we shouldn't have to do much handwork. I might have to clean out up here a little bit, up on the curb where he can't get, but I might not be able to because it might be so stuck to the concrete. We might just have to cover it in sawdust and put Poppy in there and then clean it out once she loosens that up just from being in there. We do have a grain feeder over there that we made and installed a while ago that's been working great, and it also does have a mineral block still in it, so that'll be good for her. Calves, you can see, chew on everything. They chewed the paint off the walls, so we're going to be redoing that this year, or at least trying to get that done this year. They've chewed all the paint off the walls, and they chewed the boards up here. We have metal that's covering the sills, so they don't really chew that up, but they chewed this area right here, chewed the metal right off, which I would think would hurt, but apparently it doesn't. But we are going to be scraping all the paint off and redoing that this year. But yeah, long story short, this needs to be cleaned out today. We're going to put Poppy in here, and then we're going to see how she reacts to that. I think she's going to have a great time because she's never really been able to run around. I've let her out once or twice, and she just runs the length of the barn and has a good time. So I think once we clean that out, get some nice new sawdust in there, she's going to have a blast, and I'll be excited to show that to you guys. We're probably going to be putting her, and the other bull that are all going to the auction Monday in here with her, just so they can have a little bit more space to move around. It'll be good for them, and they'll be going in a couple days, so it shouldn't be an issue. Got the water out here, so it's not in the way. We actually did clean that after we got rid of the bull that was in there, so it's ready to go. There's a little bit of hay in the side that I'll clean out, but yeah, so let's get into it. I also want to take a minute to show you guys some gifts that we got. You guys are just awesome. You send us the coolest stuff. I know I say that every time, but you really do. So we got this reciprocating saw. I call it a Sawzall. It's awesome. Thank you very much for that. And then we got this really, really cool Milwaukee air compressor, just a mini air compressor, which is going to be great for inflating like rake tires or something. If you have a breakdown in the field, you can just take that puppy out with you. We got 2 batteries with that and a charger. I don't really remember who sent that, but thank you for that so much. We're going to get a lot of use out of that. So those are a couple things that we've gotten recently. Ignore the coffee cups. I cleaned everything off that cage so we can move that, because that's how Brent gets in there with the skid steer to clean out. We put these grates over the gutter and he just drives right in there. Anyway, we've got to get on the road. Hopefully be able to deliver that calf. Okay. Where do you want them?
Just anywhere there, I guess. She's done well today too. 5 quarts and 15 quarts.
Right.
Alright, get that cage.
So the cage is right there. These are 2 of the posts came out of the barn this winter that we need to replace with. And we are getting those at the mill that we usually get sawdust at. So we've already got it wrapped. We're gonna put some hay in there for him. It's nice out right now. It's actually supposed to be 60 today. And right now it's probably 45 or something like that. So plenty warm. We'll just take this and we'll strap it down. We'll run a strap through here. Back in the barn with that. So obviously you guys figured out by now that we are taking the calf. He stands up. He's a little wobbly, but he was just born, so he should be okay. If he's not, we'll have to refund the guy's money. So the only problem we have is sometimes it doesn't fit underneath this pipe.
Make it?
Yeah. Hold on. Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. Just go slow once you get to this edge, because...
How about it?
You're good.
I'll go way down.
Yeah.
One night.
He's dry now.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much. He said, what the heck,
Want to
guys?
put the hay in the cage first?
Yeah. Look who's looking at us like, can I come? Alright, little guy. Look alive. Look alive, man. Look alive.
Dry.
Pretty much. He's a little wet. Like his neck.
How do you? You're right. It's real like kicking.
I don't think he just doesn't get the concept yet.
He did some strength.
I let go for like 2 seconds and was like, whoa. You don't need to walk. Hold on.
I bet by tomorrow morning.
Woo! His problem is he doesn't even do anything with his back legs at all. He does try to stabilize himself with his front one. Whoa, there we go. He's like, whoa, whoa.
Well, put him in here.
All right.
Oh.
Once we get down there,
Yeah. Yeah, that's nasty. You gotta take a bite.
we still want to move in and out without it. I can stand up. So we're gonna drive him up there, get him a little more hay, and then strap it down. Brent's driving like a wild man. Poppy's like, what's happening? Plenty of hay over here that the girls didn't eat, so we'll take some of that. There you go. Snug as a bug in a rug. look, they still have that tractor.
Yeah, Alan's telling us.
Yeah.
There's a Massey. There's probably 165.
There was a new Massey over here somewhere that was for sale for a while. I'd like to have that John Deere up there, but it's all taken apart, so I think there's probably something wrong with it. There's a nice loader right there. Not a nice one, but I mean, one we could afford.
Oh, that Ford?
Is that what it was?
Was it on the right back there?
No, it was on the left.
Was it the AW?
It was, I don't know. It didn't look like...
Rugged looking?
It was, yeah, pretty big. Medium size.
You know that Ford, I think it's called an A64. That one, and there was a Fiat Alice that were two of the best loaders ever made.
Really?
That Ford was really good.
I still think we should have gone and looked at that Massey.
I know.
That was for sale a while ago.
Yeah. It still ran. I mean...
What'd they want for it? 4,000?
Yeah.
It was decent looking, but it had a head gasket that was going bad.
I don't think it was articulated, was it? No. I think it was a straight frame, but that would have been alright too.
I think it was articulated. No, maybe it was straight. I don't know. It would have made a good loader. Said it still ran. I don't think it would have been that big of a job to have your mechanic put a head gasket in it or something. Maybe that's not even what it was, but that's what he thought it was. So you think we missed it?
That's a big deal.
Yeah, it is. Low though, it must be awfully wet.
Oh, I got rapid.
Oh yeah, red wheels.
Malunka's right there.
Oh, we missed it.
Right by it.
Sun came out and it's 48 over here. And we're gonna do an illegal road U-turn.
Yep. Oh well. Yeah, it's 7 a.m. You're right. I thought it might be that coming right up.
The land is different over here. It reminds me of when we were in upstate New York.
More rolling. Big field, but there's more rolling than down our way. It's like you're kind of getting into the western Maine a little bit.
Elm tree.
Huh?
Elm tree?
Yep. Elm tree. Wow.
I love elm trees.
2, 3. Another one right there.
He's enjoying laying in the sunshine.
Huh?
I said he's enjoying laying in the sunshine. Hopefully your new mom likes you better than your real mom.
What a beautiful little spot.
It is a beautiful spot. Are these his cows over here?
Yeah. I think so, yeah.
It is a nice spot. He was nice too.
Yeah, he is real nice.
Real nice. One thing off the checklist, and now we only got what? A half hour, a little over a half hour to get to the place for grain before they close.
Oh, I think we can. Lead, sure gain. It's supposed to be really good grain.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. We made it.
We made it.
With 15 minutes to spare.
Yep.
Sure gain grain dealer.
Yep. We'll try that, see what happens. Alright, I'll go in.
Okay. So we just got back about an hour ago, had some lunch, and well, late lunch. It's like 2:30 right now. So there's been a little bit of a change of plans. Instead of cleaning out that calf pen, we're going to change the oil in the skid steer first because that really needs to be done. So we got the filter and the 5 quarts, I think, of oil right here. You guys are gonna have to wait until another video to see Poppy go into her new pen because today is Saturday, so you guys are supposed to be seeing this video tomorrow, which means I'm probably going to be staying up late editing, so you guys get to see this. It's been a crazy week trying to get stuff done. We'll drive the skid steer down here so Brent doesn't have to do that because he's inside right now running a test on a cow that we had treated and we want to make sure that all the antibiotics are at her. So he's running a Delvo test, which one of you guys said I should do a video on that sometime.
That may be a 3/4. Is the one hanging over
Yeah, there's one hanging in the barn.
Oh, that's it. I guess it is.
Huh? Wow.
All right, wait. Whoops, sorry.
That's all right. Nothing like a good wrench in the face to wake you up. You get it?
Yeah. All right, I need the one, please.
Here, I'll take that.
Let me make sure the gas. Yep, it's still on there. Isn't it?
Yes, it is. Oh, look guys, some of you guys were asking the other day where Nelson was. There she is. Hi Nelson. Meow. She's a warm weather kitty.
Open those doors.
We gotta take that wreath down with a Kubota though.
Yeah.
Too high for the skid steer.
Yeah.
Feels so good to just be wearing a t-shirt and the wind is blowing and I'm still warm. But it's only 52 degrees. A Mainer's idea of warm. This might be the easiest thing to change the oil in.
This is?
I think so.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty handy.
For some reason the Kubota's no fun.
There. Last one?
Yes.
That's that. Plugged in.
Voila, we're done. And I am going to take care of my trash. And the funnel. Ah. There you go. So he's going to push down that trash and then we're going to load up this trash. Put that in the dumpster. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Keep it real, keep farming, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.